And we're live. Welcome back, everybody, to Waffle Board Breaks. First double box break since the reload. Whoever's doing well. Yes, I see Mike hoping he's hoping his spots are in the new run. We have what are we looking at? 13, 11, and 6, really, if you or 16 rather. 16 brand new boxes. 11 of the 13 still left from the last reload. And of course, we have just of the 13 boxes from previous reloads, including the 6 from the second last reload, which we dove into pretty well since the last reload. Only 6 boxes left there. I think that was either a 13 or a 16 box reload itself. I can't remember. And then, of course, we just have the last 7 boxes, 3 single box runs, 2 double box runs of the old stuff. So we'll see what comes out. Like I said, pretty much almost looking at about 1 in 3 chance, a little less, 1 in 3 chance of the center and left columns, 1 in 3 chance of the right column, and 1 in 3 chance of the 16. Better than a 1 in 3 chance of the 16 boxes on the shelves. So there's nothing I would be unhappy to see comes out. You guys got some monsters in there. I got some new monsters in the new run. We got some monsters in the last run, and then we still have some monsters left on the table from previous run. So you guys deserve it. I appreciate everybody's continued love and support, obviously, here on eBay for Double Box Sundays. And, of course, our Facebook. We're just doing the Wednesday this week. Obviously, it's a little tougher for me to chase stuff down during the dog days of summertime. And it's, so it's better on you guys. I'll give you a little break. We're just doing the Wednesday. And, of course, we'll do the double box for next Sunday. So a little easier on me. But I don't mind doing a double box if I feel I have enough coming for the next reload. I'm getting there. I picked up some jerseys the last couple of days. I do have some stuff boxed up that I do have a backup for if it hits, so that's always helpful. But I think I have like 3 or 4 jerseys that are clearly clear to get reloaded, and then of course 2 or 3 that are backups of stuff that's boxed up, either a different style or variation of the same player. So like I never try to put the same player in there twice, so you guys know the drill. No real confusion there. Of course, Wednesday we'll be down to 38 boxes for Wednesday's Facebook claim. Of course, this is the best possible Facebook claim price-wise. I try to do you guys pretty good. I'm going to have some 5s and 6s in there. I don't know if there's going to be a couple of double digits, but not many more than 2 or 3, I think. But the majority of stuff's going to be a nice, easy, cheap grab at a jersey, all quality stuff, the drill. I know you guys had some love with the new stuff. I knew you'd be some serious targets, but a lot of good jerseys in there. 3 legit authentic CCMs in there from past players. Of course, the Samsonov is a great jersey from the Boston Bruins, and of course the Larry Robinson LA Kings and the John LeClaire Philadelphia Flyers white CCM. Those are real cool. So I'd like to see them come out. Yeah. What's up, Thomas? Hope you're feeling a little better, Tag. Like I said, I'm not sure what your health issue is on a daily basis, but I know you've been in and out of some treatments, and I'm always hoping for bright days on a Sunday, depending on where you are. Hopefully everybody is in decent weather and health. We've been weird here in Jersey. Tornadoes coming through, storms on and off. Of course, we got the Canadian, fire haze coming down over the past weekend. But overall, it wasn't a terrible day of weather here. Yeah, back on your feet now. Very good. I like to hear that. I'm unsure if you got the rod and reel out. Hopefully, you had the dog out there in the good weather. Like I said, I know you always look for the good days. We'll see if that carries over. But like I said, sometimes your luck's been pretty good when you've been laid up, which is weird. But that's sometimes how the mojo goes. The randomizer shines on people laid up at times. Like I said, I was in the air when I hit at Daryl's boxes a couple breaks ago. I was in the air coming back. I was from Nashville to Philly. My feet weren't on the planet when the box was open. So it was pretty cool to read. or watch the video once we landed in the airport. But yeah, so it's always good. I said there's no way for me to replicate that for his next couple box breaks. I don't have any planned vacations or road trips. I could be in the air, but yeah, no, like I said, yeah, I'm very glad that Thomas is feeling better. Like I said, some of you guys I know have had health issues, either ongoing or in the past, and I've always been able to communicate with you guys, hopefully wishing you well. And it's always better when you're here. Like I said, I consider us all kind of a big break family. We all have a love of the autographed hockey jerseys, and like I said, there's a lot of people out there that do, but not everybody comes here to break. So you guys are closer to me than some of the people I break in other rooms, but you guys are great. Like I said, I'm more a collector than a breaker myself, and but I love chasing down stuff for you guys to chase in the boxes. And like I said, it's a pretty fun batch. Like I said, it's always good to have a couple big names in there, but even the smaller names in like the stuff that didn't get a lot of love, some of that I'm really proud of. I love that Slovakian League jersey for the hand juice. That's great. Of course, everybody loves the Madonna and the Sundin and the the Samsonov are great jerseys, but a lot of cool stuff in there. So Triple Crown line didn't get much love on eBay, but that's a great Marcel Dion, Hall of Famer, one of the greatest players statistically, of course, in NHL history, and he centered that line with the Kings. That's a history lesson for anybody that's not familiar with that Triple Crown lines. Point production back in LA. Like I said, even like the Vince Dunn, great current defenseman with the Seattle Kraken, had great numbers. I think double-digit goals the last like 3 or 4 years. Like I said, he's played well wherever he's been, kind of an under the radar, rock solid defenseman. But there's some good stuff. Like I said, the Leclerc CCM, that Samsonov is a fantastic CCM. We just lost one. We lost the Nash jacket CCM, and those are all in the mail. Everything that was hit before today is on the way to you guys. So definitely, I'm hoping that should get to you by middle of the week. No real delays weather-wise, so no holidays or anything like that. So expect to get your packages. We got good to see Ron back. Ron took a little break. He got in today with some of the new stuff as well as a couple of our old spots. So welcome back, Ron, if you're here. Usually I didn't watch it live, but you definitely check the video. Larry, good to see you. Good to see you giving that love to the Samsonov. You got your spots. Hopefully, like I said, I'm not rooting against or for you guys, but like I said, I would love to see those jerseys come out. Love that Samsonov. That was just one. Like I said, when I found that, I said, didn't have any COAs. I said, I'm 100% on this. I have Samsonov auto cards from back in his draft pick years, and I'm like, I was reading up on him. He was definitely one of the 50 greatest Bruins. He made the list, and like I said, he was the rookie of the year the same year they drafted Joe Thornton, and he's awesome. So Spoon, oh, you want to you grabbing the Brady Shea? Closing us out, Nick. Okay. Wasn't sure we're going to keep that as a community spot, but you want the mojo in your corner. I don't mind that. Nick F is grabbing my boy Brady Shea. Like I said, I was a fan of him as a Ranger and a Cane. So, I'm big fan of his. Obviously, long-time NHL, defenseman, solid player. Just to get him in there. So it's good to have some Rangers. I know you got some Ranger fans in the room. So, he's a former Ranger. But like I said, former Rangers do well. Obviously, we had Keandre Miller in there a while. Just won the Cup with the Canes. He signed there long-term. So that's kind of cool to see that happen. Obviously, we're used to seeing former Buffalo Sabres win cups. So it's, maybe it's something about the state of New York. We'll have to keep our eye on former Islanders. Obviously, Anders Lee signed out there in Utah. So if Utah makes a cup run this year, we know there's something about the drinking water in New York where players move on and make cup runs. So, obviously with Reinhart and Eichel and Keandre Miller and the former Rangers seem to have been doing well. Not necessarily the Rangers' fault, but they seem to have done well. It landed in good spots, made runs. It's been a big week, obviously. Bedard going down for several months into the regular season with the other shoulder injury, not almost like a non-contact. He just fell to the boards weird. And obviously injured the other shoulder, which will have surgery. I think it's the right one. I think it was the left one last time, but that laid him up last year for a while. But then he turned around and signed long term. They got him for, I don't know, 75 million over like 5 years. It's like it escalates down. I think he gets like 19 mil, lots of signing bonus, and then it kind of he gets like 17 mil, and then 15 mil, and then 13 mil. All the signing bonus is built in. So obviously the Blackhawks have a bit of a plan. They grabbed high-priced defenseman and Byram. They're happy, I guess, with their way their goaltending is, and they feel they have some of the pieces in place to make a run over the next couple of years. And obviously, Bedard is going to be their man if he can stay healthy. So, but they said you see the wheeling, dealing, and the thought process of these GMs. Obviously, Daniel Briere's not making any friends in Philadelphia, but Anaheim may have to lose some of their higher priced legit vets, which is teams move in to make a play on them. Obviously, Trouba already moved on. Of course, they got some good guys. Obviously Chris Kreider, it will be useful. We'll see if the Rangers try to bring him back for another late run with them. But like I said, there's some talented players still in the Ducks, and the way their roster is shaping up with their young guys getting long-term deals, they may have to cut some trimming around the corners on their team. So we'll see. Like I said, I mean, I'm more focused on what Tampa's doing. Obviously, they moved on from Nick Paul because he's a very valuable veteran forward that can play in the top six and definitely play on your third line. And the Maple Leafs needed that. Of course, they brought in the goalie to back up because obviously the Maple Leafs had a goalie issue with numbers, having signed Bob, and then of course obviously the hip moved on for the backup goalie from the Leafs. And like I said, he if he can take some minutes from Vasilevsky to rest him, that's fine. He's impressed. With Toronto. Toronto has a really good goalie. I think a Russian kid that won the Calder Cup with the AHL this year. So they feel he's the third guy, behind Bob and I guess Wool. I think is the backup. He was the Wool backup with the backup in Florida when they won the Cup. So I mean they're familiar with each other, Bob and Wool, and of course they have the Russian kid down in the AHL. So Toronto had to make a move. It made sense for them. Nick Paul should be a valuable contributor. Then kind of became a numbers crunch guy in Tampa. They have a couple young players they want to give those minutes to, including the guy they've gotten from Edmonton. So we'll see. Like I said, Tampa's not only Tampa's right now on the cusp of winning the Cup right now, the way they're orchestrated, but currently constructed. But I think there's definitely a playoff team. So maybe they can make some moves towards the end of the year, or they can pick up pieces as needed. But they do have their core in place. Of course, lots of veterans that have won the Cup there, including some guys that won elsewhere, like Jake Gensel won the Cup with Pittsburgh. So he's got Cup experience, and he's one of the key members of that team. So we'll see. Like I said, there's always workings through the summertime, signings coming and going, and camps come, and you have rookie camps, and some players have been pressed, but we'll see how it goes. But like I said, right now, we're just going to do the Wednesday night Facebook claims. Of course, get over to check out Nick doing his Tuesday and Thursdays. He's been doing 4 on each night, which is pretty crazy. Getting 4 boxes in each night, Tuesday and Thursday. So get over to Whatnot. If you have an ID, stop by there, at least see how it works. And if you're not familiar with the system, make sure you get over there. Of course, Big Al, I think he only has a couple boxes, maybe 1 box left, I think, of the East Coast. I'm not sure what the story is for Big Al. I don't know if he's in here right now. I said I'm not sure what his plan for this week is, but I think he's just doing 1 single box of East Coast because I don't think the new series is out yet, but that should be on the way soon. So mostly 3 a night. That's true. Yeah, mostly 3. Yeah, 4 is usually rare. Like I said, I was watching, the other night when you were in the third, and I didn't see a break, and then I asked you about it. And you said you did 4th, so that was pretty impressive to have enough people in the room because Whatnot, people come in and out. It's just like a regular moving night. But so just 1 tomorrow. So what's the story? Oh yeah, 8 more crush. So the one tomorrow is the last one from the last series, I believe. and then you got 8 more from the new series. Is that how that works, or 8 more from this same series that you've been breaking? I wasn't sure how that was because I know there wasn't a lot left. I thought you bought the last of them, but I can't remember if it's from the current series because I know there's still some headliners left. Obviously, you didn't hit the McDavid yet, but you did hit some biggies. But there are some big names left in that series if you didn't hit them. Oh, new series. Oh, new. Okay, so that's 8 from the last. Oh, okay. So that's from the last 15 or so that were left. Okay. So Neil, like I said, you did hit a couple of the picture headliners, but there's still some big names left in that series. So I'm gonna have to check over the list myself, see how that's going. But yeah, that's usually claim. You have to claim that tomorrow at 3 p.m. So car show a while back. Still selling. Actually I do. Like I said, I haven't done much cards recently. Obviously, I do have boxes and boxes, shoe boxes, and cases of stuff. I haven't moved much in cards. Haven't had time to really just go through stuff. But mostly just doing the jerseys here. Like I said, usually we do 2 a week, and then of course the 2 on Sunday. But right now we're just doing the one on Wednesday and the double on Sunday, just to get through July to August, and then probably switch back. But so like I said, anybody who wants to get back here into the jerseys, we're doing it. We're still on regular. Definitely have the other options. Obviously, Daryl's doing his stuff now that he's back from his vacation, gallivanting around the Midwest, going to baseball stadiums. And Nick, of course, is doing the Tuesday and Thursdays over on Whatnot. Haven't decided to jump into the Whatnot jersey breaking yet. Like, still here, still Facebook, still eBay. Like I said, I have pretty familiar with Whatnot, but not quite as refined as the way that Nick's been doing it. So I'll leave him for that right now. Like I said, I don't want to do 3 platforms right now. Still just doing the Facebook and the eBay. It's kind of enough for me right now. But like I said, I've done Whatnot with comics, so I don't mind jumping in if I have to. But pretty much this is as much I want to go right now. We'll see. I might have a little more time in my hands coming soon, so I may start to dabble. But I don't want to step on any toes. I mean, like I said, there's no reason to try to break at the same time that Nick does. But even if I'm doing, say Wednesdays here, and maybe I throw in a Friday nights on Whatnot, that's a possibility. But I hate to miss some of you guys, because I know you guys have targets, and I just some people don't do eBay and some people don't do Facebook. I say not everybody's going to be doing Whatnot. So I hate to be losing jerseys that some of you guys have been chasing for a while. But like I said, we do have the 13 of the oldest boxes. Actually, the 6 in the middle aren't very old. They're just basically, this is July's reload. June's reload is the 11 of the 13 left. So that is May's reload is the 6 of whatever that was, at least 13, maybe 16, but six from May. So everything before May, we only have 7 boxes left from older than May. So we worked out, we've been hitting up some of those pretty regularly, just the 3 single box runs and the 2 double box runs. So I'm looking, like I said, I'm not rooting for or against anything. I'd love to see some new stuff finally come out. It's been a while. Like I said, just 2 of the last 13 that we put in there in the last month or so. So it's been, like I said, I was looking at some of the numbers. I think there's 13 people in tonight. I think we've had 13 different winners of the last 17 boxes. Mike Z got hot, hit 3 times. Nick F has hit a couple. Thomas M, back in the beginning of June, he hit back-to-back boxes. But we had like I said, we had Brett G, Jake G. Let me see who else. Big Al is in there. Big Al hit back at the end of June. CK hit in the middle of June. Ron, of course, back in the beginning of June when he hit as well. And James M also hit back in the beginning of June. So there's only a couple people in the room tonight in the break that haven't hit recently. Larry hasn't been back regularly with us recently. Daryl's been hot elsewhere. He's been white hot elsewhere. Hasn't been here in the month of June or July yet. So look out for him to continue being hot or extending it to the Waffleboard break stuff. And Shirley Mike A, always rooting for Shirley Mike A, does not have a hit in June and July. And Greg K grabs a couple spots, and he's still trying to get his spots hit. So other than that, like I said, definitely pay attention. Obviously, with the Big Al's boxes coming, Wednesday looks like he's getting his stuff. He's got one tomorrow night. Then, of course, get over to Nick's on Tuesday and Thursday. I'm looking forward to seeing what Daryl's schedule is this week. Does anybody see? Is he in the room? Let me see. Daryl's here. Daryl may not be here. I do not see. Like I said. I know Daryl was, I talked to him earlier, he was in customs, so he may be on the way home or stopping for dinner, whatever it is, but hopefully he'll post something about his upcoming claims. I think he's breaking tomorrow. Like I said, obviously he's been on vacation, so I haven't been paying up to date of his Facebook page, but he does have a triple box opening very soon. I think it's probably tomorrow. So, but other than that, like I said, 2 boxes tonight. I'm excited to see what we got. You guys, it's a pretty good crowd. Like I said, 13 different people, 14 different people, 13 different people. So 2 people, maybe 1 person. It's going to be very, very happy with the breaks tonight. So let's see. Forrest, that's what it is. So he's going to be breaking Forrest. So I'll be at work. So towards the end. So, maybe it'll be done. So we'll see. I'll try to get the stream up. I don't mind if I don't see it live. I'm not as grabbing his stuff. But if I do have a chance to grab it, I'll throw it on live towards the end of the day anyway. But looking forward. Like I said, I've done well not watching it live, so I'm not going to try to. It's not like it's not like it's I don't have a superstition where I have to have it live to watch it. So I've hit a couple times not watching it live. So that's probably in my best interest to not be watching it live. But it's always fun. So you guys know the drill. So let's get to going. 2 boxes tonight. 40 boxes total. The new boxes are 45 through 61. Skipped 47. The last run, of course, is where we skipped 43. So 17, 43, and 47 are the oldest 3 boxes, and those all 3 numbers have been skipped. So the boxes are still in order. So let's do it. Where's my dice roller and my list? I've added all the new boxes and the new names. So here we go. So we have our list ready to go. So here we go. Like I said, down here in the basement, I'm spread out a little bit. I still don't have carpeting yet, but the walls look pretty good. And obviously the floor is complete concrete now. So at some point in time, pretty soon, I think we're moving to the carpeting. But as of right now, everything's just stacked up in the middle here. So ready to go. Let's do it. 5 or more on our box number, or that amount of times we're going to random the list from up, get our first box number, back that number out, and then we'll do 5 or more again. That way we don't guarantee the same dice roll. So let's do it. 5 or more. Let's see what we got. And that is a 6. So 6 times the list. List is here. There we go. Boxes in order. Set all the way up to 61. 43 was skipped. 47 was skipped. And of course, we missed 2 boxes we hit from the last run. But there we go, all the way back to 17. So good luck, everybody. 6 times for our first box. Let's do it. 1. 40 boxes. 2. 3. 4. 5. And the first box tonight is going to be box number 45. Whoa! Brand new run. Box 45. The first box of the new run. Box 45. There it is. 6 times. Box 45. Let me get that. That's pretty funny. Box 45. We only hit 2 of the 13 over the last month or so, but we hit brand new box right out the gate. Box 45. So let's back that out. Box 45 is gone. There we go. See if we hit 2 from the new run. So here we go. 5 or more in the dice roll. It is 8 times the second box. So good luck, everybody. 8 times the list. Of course, minus 45. 39 boxes. There we go. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And the box we're going to second is going to be box number 37. So 37, second to the last reload. Just like that, we hit the new reload and the second to last reload. 39, 8 times, box 37. Okay. Finally hitting those 2 runs, the brand new run and the last run. Let's back that out so it's not there for me on Wednesday. 37. 37 goes away. Very good. Okay, very good. Okay. Box 45, of course, is the top box on the stack. Box 37. Box 37. Box 37. Look here. Finally working into that tower. Look at that. 10 on that tower. Box 49. Box 37. Here we go. Any predictions? Predictions. Pain. We got 16 and 11. The size of those runs. So it's not easy to make a prediction for you guys. Let's see who gets box 45. Box 37. There we go. Anybody in the room want to predict it? Box 45 it is. We'll start with that one. The brand new run. Box 45. Okay. It's been in here. Ooh, I don't know. Well, I did the video yesterday afternoon, so just about 24 hours. This has been sealed up. So just like that, it's gone. There we go. Box 45 for you guys. Let's do it. Box 45 is going to be. You know what? No love on eBay. And just like that, it's gone. Triple Crown line. Marcel Dion. Charlie Simmer. Dave Taylor. There it is. It's a custom, but those are legit signatures. JSA, Dave Taylor, number 18. Marcel Dion, one of the greatest of all time. Beautiful, clean sig of his. And Charlie Simmer, number 11. Triple Crown line. Absolutely gorgeous. JSA sig. Just like that, you're gone. Man, here it is. Now we don't have any more customs anymore. Just like that, the only custom he had is out of here. There it is. Anybody that knows your hockey history knows the impacts. It is just a custom Los Angeles 16. These are great for framing. Obviously, if you have a Kings fan, perfect for their game room, their hockey room. Having all 3 SIGs of the members of the Triple Crown line, one of the biggest hockey scoring lines in the 70s. A couple of years with the Kings. There they are. Dave Taylor, Marcel Dion, Charlie Simmer. Just like that, we hardly knew you. Triple Crown line is gone. Big. There it is. That is. Closer Mojo rubs off. That's what it is. Happened last time, too. Closer Mojo rubs off. Congratulations, Nick F. with that one. There it is. Triple Crown. Oh, Daryl's. Daryl grabbed that, right? Daryl grabbed that one. So he was moving in to grab some of the Closer Mojo. Shay, that's what it is. Shay, you want the Shay with the Closer Mojo here. So here we go. Let's see. Was there anything else? What other spots you got in that run? You got, you do. So you got multiple spots available to you in this run. So here we go. Looking for the Closer Mojo. There it is, Daryl. Congratulations. I'm sorry I didn't open it when you were in the air. I think you drove anyway. But you got through customs, and you're just in time to see Triple Crown line just going through customs, hitting the custom. The only custom we had boxed up Dave Taylor, Marcel Dion, Charlie Simmer on the Triple Crown line. Congratulations to you. Welcome back. Like I said, I know you've been looking to hit. Like I said, you hadn't hit. You hadn't been anybody you had not hit in his room in June or July. So there it is. Boom time. Daryl continues or extends his hot streak elsewhere to here. I know he's been hitting elsewhere, but obviously, he hadn't hit in WAFFLEBOARD breaks in quite some time. But boom, just like that, Daryl hits. Hopefully, I can get that reciprocation. Maybe you're feeling me tomorrow. We'll see what comes out in your boxes. But just a little mojo. Let me rub the mojo. Triple Crown line. So congratulations. I would like to see that stay in a little longer. Some of you guys need some hockey education. It'd be good for you guys to Google some highlights and some stats of who the Triple Crown line was. Obviously, Marcel Dion was one of the highest scoring players in NHL history, and the line he formed with Taylor and Simmer was just dynamic with the Kings in that era. So congratulations there on that one. Pure hockey history on the Triple Crown line. But let's move on to box 37. There it is. Like I said, that's if anybody, we're of the era that we remember watching or at least seeing highlights and that storied era of the Kings, man. That was unbelievable when they put that line together. Dion, like I said, Dion never won a cup, but he's one of the highest scoring players in NHL history, and you can't disrespect his accomplishments. He was an amazing performer every stop of his career. So congratulations on that. Box 37. Let me see. Got some good stuff in this run, too. Looking to see if Nick gets the closer mojo extension. I think he has, he got? One spot and the closer spot? He does. This is some good stuff in this run. So good luck, everybody. Box 37. I have no idea what's in these boxes. It's going to be cool. Here we go. Box 37. Show us what you got. No, I don't even know who has this. Let me see who has this. Oh, Shirley Mike A. Like I said, two people that hadn't hit in June and July. Daryl, who had been hot elsewhere. Shirley Mike A., who had gone on a bit of a cold streak, stepped in, grabbed some spots, and there it is. Shea Theodore, Vegas Golden Knights. I hope he has a great year. I actually just picked up the fantasy. So there it is. Shea Theodore, AJ Sports, COA on the Fanatics Golden Knights jersey. Like I said, I don't keep all my fantasy players in the PC, but you guys seem to enjoy chasing the Shea. So congratulations on that one. I think that CK's even had that in the Facebook claims a couple times. Shea Theodore, AJ Sports, COA, Shea Theodore, Vegas Golden Knights. Like I said, they're one of the nicest of the Fanatics jerseys, the logos and the Golden Knights. Just beautiful textured, even on their Fanatics logos. Unbelievable. There it is. Shea Theodore. Got your stars and swords. Vegas in the collar. With your stars. There it is. Get ready for the show. Congratulations, Shirley Mike A. Very, very nice. Two people breaking. I like when you guys break a bit of cold streaks. Obviously, Shirley Mike A is one of our regular Sunday visitors. Daryl, of course, is a regular visitor, of course, and he hosts his breaks multi times a week. So, we're happy when he's in and he hits. And, of course, we love to hit possibly over there, which I did a while back. But that was the first one I hit in a while there. So, but that's actually I've hit more recently in his than either Nick's or Big Al's. But I hope to visit both of those guys very soon as well. Congratulations, Shirley Mike A breaks his bit of a losing streak, and Daryl continues his mastery of the break magic and here as well as elsewhere. So congratulations, both you guys. Like I said, sorry for everybody that did not win. This is the first, of course, break with the new stuff in there. Triple Crown line is now gone. So now 15 of the new boxes, 10 of the second to last reload. So 25 of the 38 boxes are from the last two reloads. So good luck, everybody, on Wednesday. I'll try to keep the spot prices as low as I can. I like to treat you guys well, especially that first Facebook claim, maybe the first two. We'll see what happens next week as well. But the spots will go live Tuesday to end next Sunday. And I hope to have most of you guys back here again for another double box. Of course, next Sunday we'll be looking at 37 and 36 boxes odds. So it's like I said, once you get down, every week we're getting down. So we're doing one Wednesday, double box on Sunday, and no plans to reload anytime real soon. So good luck to you guys. Good luck beating the odds. Good luck on your claims on Wednesday. Like I said, it's fun when you hit. Like I said, I feel for you guys. I empathize for everybody that doesn't hit. But two of those jerseys are gone. See what you guys are ready for Wednesday night. So congratulations. Thank you, everybody, for the continued love and support. WAFFLEBOARD Breaks keeps doing it as long as you guys keep coming back. And I'll get you guys ready for Wednesday night. So there it is. I'll get the spot price preview up shortly, and I'll enter in the stuff to start on Tuesday for next Sunday on eBay. So thank you much, everybody. Like I said, nothing will change anytime real soon. It's definitely going to be Wednesday nights and then 2 on Sunday. We'll see going forward next week if we change it or maybe the week after. But as of right now, that's the game plan. So thank you much. Thank you much, everybody. Have a good week. Look forward to seeing you guys back here. We'll be back here on Wednesday night and then back on Sunday as well. So thank you much, everybody. WAFFLEBOARD Breaks is out. Oh, I said make sure you guys, I hope everybody enjoyed the soccer game today. It wasn't like the soccer game the day before. I didn't watch the game the day before live. I saw a lot of the highlights. 10 goals scored in the third place game. Tonight, 1 goal, and it was in extra time. And it was with Argentina down to 10 men. Like you said, I mean, that's soccer. That's what you get sometimes. Spain was the best defensive team in the tournament. They gave up 1 goal total over the entire tournament. So they deserve to win the World Cup. So congratulations to Spain. Sorry to see the very end possibly of the World Cup career of Lionel Messi, but it was great while it lasted. Like I said, other than that, we'll get back to hockey. Like I said, we got camps coming, rookie camps. Still some signings to come, and I'll see you guys back here on Wednesday night. So thank you much, everybody. WAFFLEBOARD Breaks is out. Take care, guys.